excellence in the classroom for our players in the league. For most kids, soccer is a beautiful game that we play for enjoyment and for exercise. For the lucky few, this can lead to bigger and better things and bigger and better opportunities in life, but not without excellence in the classroom. So to start with, the Sporting 95 boys team they're all high school seniors and they're graduating this year. And Louis Azevedo, the president of the Sporting Club, is going to introduce the team and the players. They're going to talk about what's happening for them coming up, going on into college.
You know, the Santa Clara Sporting Club has been very lucky on the boys' side, on the girls' side. I'd say going back to maybe the 91s, 92s, and then up with the 95s. We've had excellent boys teams on the boys and the girls' side. But this is one of the teams. I've watched all of them play, but this is one of the teams that I really enjoyed watching. Dimitri does a great job with them. They're a team that clicks when all the players are on the field, the players that he needs. It's enjoyable to watch, especially I enjoy watching soccer, and it's always a pleasure for me to watch them. So if Dimitri could come up.
So thanks for coming tonight, and all the student athletes that are here, congratulations. So this group, there's only 10 here tonight. We've got 15 of our 19 so far that have committed to Division One, from Division One all the way down to JCs, which is really important. They're a really good team, like Louis said. They're currently ranked on Got Soccer #1 in the nation, which is a bit skewed, but nonetheless, they're one of the best teams in the country. But it would be worthless, really, if you're #1 in the nation if you didn't have the studies to back it up. Because none of these guys would be going to school if they don't have grades. So what you guys are achieving is excellent. Keep it up. Grades are #1, okay? You can't go to college, you can't play if you don't do the scholar side of the athletics, okay? So let me introduce some people that aren't here. So I'm going to, well, that's her name. So from the girls' side, we've got Kristen Calanta, who's going to Converse College. We've got Ali Lawrence, who's going to Washington State University. And from these guys, we've got Christian Aldama, who's going to UOP. Andres, who's going to UOP. Snyder, who's going to Whitworth. Also going to UOP is Alec Prusa. Going to Stanford is Nate. Going to Whitworth is Carl Kakianis. Jeff Powers is going to UC San Diego. As you can see by their shirts, pretty obvious. Sac State, Bradley Baumgartner. Menlo College, we call him Chava, the immortal. Salvador Herrera, going to Menlo College. Tony Tejeda is going to De Anza College, and Derek Wilcox is going to Utah Valley University. Jonah what? I didn't say Jonah. Yeah. Not present is Kiki Gonzalez, who's going to Cal State East Bay. Also, Danny Galvan is also going to De Anza College. And is anybody else? Got Christian. And Chris Chen is going to Fresno Pacific. So out of 19 players that we've got rostered, 15 so far are committed, and we've got a couple more that are talking. There's a couple more that one other that's having difficulty getting in because his grades aren't what they need to be. An excellent player, but he can't get into college right now, so he's going to have to go the UC route, which is okay, the JC route, which is okay. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, work now at school. Really important. Thank you.
We have another award which we give every year in the U10 age group. It's called the Jonathan Manzo Chavez Award that we give to the player who exhibits sportsmanship, love of team, all kinds of different attributes that make someone a great player. I'm going to let Steve talk a little bit more about it. But Jonathan was a player who passed away after a soccer game in a tragic car accident. He actually played 1 year with me, so I have his player pass, and then the NorCal State Cup, all the teams for Sporting, we wore an armband. Every single Sporting team wore it that next weekend to all the games that we played in memory of Jonathan. I'm going to let Steve come up and say a little bit more about this award.
So Jonathan Manzo, how many of you are 10 years old here? Anyone 10? Okay, so these kids over here, these ones over here on the far side, those guys are 14, 15 years old. That's how old Jonathan would be right now. we lost him when he was your guys' age. He came back from a NorCal State Cup. Those of you guys that are competitive, there's a NorCal State Cup. Went to Manteca, scored a goal as a defender, so he was pretty excited. To reward him, his mom promised to take him to a soccer store to buy him cleats. They came back from Manteca. Those of you guys know, coming down 580, you could take that shortcut through Highway 84. Back then, it was just 2 lanes, and someone decided to pass someone coming the other way and ran into them. How it was told to us by multiple accounts is that the paramedics tried to cut him out of his seat because he had a seatbelt on, and he refused to let them cut his jersey because he said that he had an important game the next day. He didn't want his sporting jersey cut. So when we talk about, the Jonathan Manzo Award, I was fortunate enough to know the kid and his family, and I don't know that I need to explain anything more about the passion that this kid exhibited. So it gives me a lot of pleasure to come up here and see these 10-year-olds that are coming up, and the purpose of the award is to recognize 10-year-olds that display the same type of passion for the game and for their teammates and for themselves. And so we're going to give a couple of awards to 10-year-olds that were recognized.
The winner for my team is Emily Scott. Emily was a great player on our team. She played with a lot of passion and energy every game and every practice. Whatever position she was playing, she always gave 110%. She was a great team player, and she could not only move the ball down the field herself, but she was a great passer, and she understood the value of teamwork. Emily's a very physical player, and whether she was practicing or in games, she would often end up on the ground while pursuing the ball, but she always got right back up with a lot of energy and passion and continued on playing. In terms of her team leadership, on the sideline, she was really one of the spiritual leaders of the team and was really well-liked and a great teammate. And as the coach of the team and me and my assistant, we always knew that we could count on her to do whatever the team needed her to do. So with that, I'm really happy to present the award to Emily Scott.
My nominee was Justine Roca, who's coming up here, who played for my U10 Sporting Green Girls. She's very enthusiastic about her soccer, really a hard worker, improved her skills greatly over the last year or so. But the main reason I chose her for the award is because this time last year, roughly, I spoke to her about not being very physical. She wasn't very physical out in the field, played like she was a little bit scared when she was out there. And she's gone from that to being one of our most physical, most brave, most hard-working players on the team. And I think that's a real compliment when someone takes a weakness and turns it into a strength. I think that's something that we could all kind of learn from and really embraces the spirit of the award. So well done, Justine. Keep up the hard work, okay?
So Karen is the manager of the U10 boys team. So again, this was the team that Jonathan was playing on when we lost him. So it's especially special for us to recognize the Sporting U10 player.
And I have the letter that Alex wrote in nomination for Nathan. So these are Alex's words for you, Nathan Scott. And he said, I'd like to nominate Nathan Scott from Santa Clara Sporting 03 Green Team for the Jonathan Manzo Chavez Award. As captain of the team, Nathan has demonstrated consistent leadership exhibited both on and off the field. As a talented player, Nathan is a strong contributor on the field with his focus and quality of play and a never-ending work ethic that sets a high bar for the rest of the team. But Nathan's work ethic goes beyond the field. He's always first to practice, first to games, ready to play, and often rallying his teammates to do the same. Excuse me. In the off-season, he initiated fitness training, leading the team and even some of the parents through what was called some character-building stair training out on Communications Hill, if anybody's ever been there. And when teammates were struggling, Nathan was the one to gather his other teammates together and help go back down and encourage the teammate back up the hill. Nathan comes from a sporting family, many of them here today. His great-grandmother can often be seen on the sidelines with her sporting gear from when his aunts were playing the game here as well. She's one of our biggest fans. And he wears his sporting gear everywhere, on the field, to school, hanging out with friends, as his Halloween costume, and he wears it proudly. He's been a member of the 03 team for several seasons, and before that he played for the 02s. If there's ever a teammate that needs a ride, someone missing gear, or just in need of an extra water, Nathan and his dad are always the first phone call for help. So with that, we nominate Nathan Scott.